Meaningful Beauty. I do use Meaningful Beauty, and I'm going to show you how I use it at home every day. In the morning, the one step I would never skip is the day cream. During the day, you have to protect your skin, and you can do that in a couple different ways. You can do that with antioxidants, which we have our special melanin here, but also we have SPF. It goes on super light, it's not greasy, it's great under makeup. So next, I use the eye cream, and I have found, now that I'm getting on in my 40s, I have this whole new beauty concern of puffiness. So we reformulated the eye cream, and this eye cream really is action-packed, and it addresses under-eye circles, puffiness, and the appearance of fine lines. Since the beginning of Meaningful Beauty, we've been talking to you about taking care of your neck and chest. So many women forget about this area, and it really shows your age. Everyone sees it, especially if you want to wear something low cut. So our new décolleté treatment has SPF in it, and we put in some brightening ingredients. It just gives your skin that dewy lushness that has vibrancy to it. Okay, now let's talk about our new product, the Crème de Sérum. This is Jean-Louis' latest baby, and it's totally innovative. It's 3 different products swirled into one. You're getting hydration, you're getting protection, you're getting anti-aging peptides. It's all in this one great product. When you put it on, it's so silky, and when you wake up, you have that great fresh glow. With Meaningful Beauty, I know my skin is getting everything it needs to fight the good fight, fight that aging process. And it really feels like nutrition for my skin, and that's what I want.
I feel every day with Meaningful Beauty like I have exactly what my skin needs to keep it looking young and fresh and natural.
With Meaningful Beauty, you look youthful, you look younger, and your skin looks great.
You've got to try this stuff. I really can't tell you enough how great Meaningful Beauty is.
I'm super thankful for Cindy for bringing Meaningful Beauty to us because I feel like now I have a chance.
With Meaningful Beauty, you actually see fantastic results, and that's so exciting because I've been searching.
It is taking all the blotchiness away. It is even out my skin tone. I'm so happy that I tried Meaningful Beauty. I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did.
There's still time. Order now and see how ageless and beautiful your skin can look with Meaningful Beauty Advanced.
If I were you, I wouldn't wait. Call now, and if operators are busy, keep on trying.
You have to go and get this stuff. You have to try it for yourself to see.
This has been a paid presentation for Meaningful Beauty Advanced by Cindy Crawford, brought to you by Guthrie Rinker.
Well, I'm glad we were able to beat the competitor's price by so much.
I told you they beat all deals in your face!
She's very competitive.
You won't find more competitive deals on appliances. ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale. This week, you'll find deep discounts at ABC Warehouse during the Countdown to Christmas sale. Get a Whirlpool Super Capacity Energy Star washer for only $3.97. A GE 30-inch gas range with self-cleaning oven, now just $4.87. Hurry sale ends Saturday. ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale.
Give us your dings, dents, sorrow, and shame, and we'll get your car back in tip-top shape. So don't go getting bent out of shape, because Maaco's collision repair is up to 33% less compared to other body shops. Maaco, America's #1 paint and body shop.
Randy Berto here. I've got a few easy driving tips to keep you safe this winter. Think roads won't be slippery unless it's below freezing? Ice can form when the air temperature drops below 40 degrees. Take extra care at intersections. The moisture from car exhaust can quickly freeze on the pavement. And always make sure to leave at least a car length between you and the driver in front of you when stopped.
First Forecast Mornings, weather and traffic without the wait. Weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. Sponsored by Bell Tire. Let's make a deal. Weekdays at 10 on CBS 62. You're watching CBS 62.
Your stars in The Mentalist, Sunday only CBS.
Kentucky coronation is complete. Oh my gracious! Yes! Michael Watson takes the Masters. Great Britain has a champion. They're heading to the Super Bowl. Michael Jordan, they won it! Puts it up. Yes! Launches the shot. Oh, it almost went in! Oh my goodness!
country as we take you inside the newly renovated Chrysler Center, one of the great venues in college basketball. On the road to the Final Four here in Ann Arbor, Michigan meets Arkansas on CBS. Great to have you with us, Spiro Dedes, alongside Clark Kellogg. The Michigan Wolverines back to being among the elite programs in the country. Arkansas still trying to prove themselves. Clark, put this game into perspective for us.
Well, for Michigan, this team has aspirations of winning a national title, and they have the arsenal to be able to make that a reality. For Arkansas, it's about being tested on the road as a young team and continuing the work in progress of establishing a winning culture.
It's a good mix of young and old for both of these clubs, but for Michigan, their incoming freshman classes made a big impact.
They certainly have. It's a special group. The three we highlight are Mitch McGary, who's second on the team in rebounding, although he's sixth in minutes played. Glenn Robinson III has a maturity and moxie to his game that belies his youth. And Nick Stauskas, regardless of class, Spiro, has been one of the most efficient players in all of college basketball early in the season. 64% from the three-point line. He's terrific there, but he also is a shot maker inside the line. He's got size, he's got swagger, he's got confidence. He's a terrific offensive player right now. On the other side, it's a 1-2 punch. B.J. Young, the mercurial backcourt player, and Marshawn Powell gets it done inside for the Razorbacks.
Clark, take us through our AT&T fast analysis.
We'll start with Arkansas here, Spiro. It's all about a fast, furious 40 minutes fueled by turnovers. They want to control the tempo by forcing turnovers and scoring in the open court. For Michigan, it starts with the tremendous point guard, sophomore Trey Burke, an All-America candidate. He's terrific at orchestrating and maestrating the show, and he's got a lot of weapons that he knows how to use beautifully.
Well, John Beilein has Michigan off to its best start in 15 years. We'll take you inside his locker room when we continue after this message and a word from your local station. CBS Sports College basketball coverage is sponsored by the Buick Verano. Unexpected luxury in a car this size. Bud Light, it's a sure sign of a good time. Here we go. And by AT&T, we think possible.
Why do I like this new Buick Verano? It lets me audible.
OnStar, how can I help you?
Check, 287, orange barrel, reroute.
Sending new route now, Mr. Manning.
My man. Phone call, Papa Bear, hut.
Hey, Peyton, just fired up the grill. Better hurry.
Tune XM60 Outlaw. If you don't know the innovative Verano, then you don't know Buick. It's like being on the field, just more luxury.
Kate, will you marry me?
Yes. Attention. Here you went to Jared.
Create your own one-of-a-kind ring at Jared this Friday through Sunday and receive Get Set in Diamonds rewards. Up to $1,000 toward a beautiful diamond setting when you buy your diamond at Jared. Choose from thousands of diamonds and hundreds of settings.
Oh, please return your fiancée to her original upright position.
Get up to $1,000 reward at Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
So I'm really going to need your confirmation. Can I just change that site for you? Window or aisle?
Right.
Yes, sir? Excuse me. Can I help you?
Yeah, is this the...
The restroom? Oh, it's right behind you. You just turn right there.
Virgin America knows it's better for Xerox to manage their call centers, so they can focus on making flying cool again. With Xerox, you're ready for real business.
The new hit drama Vegas, Tuesday, only CBS.
This is a special message from AT&T.
It's no secret that the price of things just keeps going up.
But we have some good news. It's our bundle price promise.
A price you can definitely count on for 2 whole years. From AT&T.
A great price for a great triple play bundle.
Call now. Bundles with Uverse TV, internet, and home phone start at $89 a month. Now get the same great price for 2 years.
Switch today and get a total home DVR included, free for life.
You get reliable high-speed internet on our advanced digital network. Choose from speeds up to 24 megs.
And with Uverse TV, you can record 4 shows at once on your total home DVR and play them back in any room.
So call now. Uverse triple play bundles start at $89 a month. Now get the same great price for 2 years.
With a total home DVR included, free for life.
It's a triple play bundle that's hard to beat. Same great price, 2 whole years. Price promise.
That has a nice ring to it.
Only from AT&T.
The Insider, weeknights at 6 on CBS 62.
But to win high-level games, the best team has to be a player. Has to have guys that are players packaged in poised presentation. Or what I hear you guys say, cold-blooded.
Cold word.
Right? They got to be cold out there. I mean, they got to be all the time. They got to be right. You look at them, they're not up and down. They're just cold, man. They're saying that's a bad man right there. He's not up and down. He's just tough for everybody to play against because he wants one thing on his mind is to win the game, and he knows he's got to work at it. Right? We can all do that?
Yeah.
We're going to do that.
John Beeline, business-like, and getting them ready. As we take you inside Chrysler Center, there is Mike Anderson's second season as the Hogs head coach, 22-17 after their win earlier this week in Fayetteville over Oklahoma. Take a look at the starters. For Arkansas, Wade Young and Rashad Madden back in the starting five after coming off the bench in a win over Oklahoma. Powell and Hunter Mickelson, the sophomore forward, headlining that front line. Meantime, for Michigan, it's a young team. Trey Burke, the highly touted sophomore, with Stauskas and Hardaway. And the backcourt, Robinson and Jordan Morgan, the junior forward, set to take the floor. There's John Beeline. A win today gives him the 100th victory in his Michigan tenure. He'd be the 7th head coach in the program's history to accomplish that feat. Our officials for today's game, Ted Valentine, Mike Hitz, and Kelly South Clark. It is one of the great venues in college basketball. SEC meets Big Ten.
You're right about that. The Chrysler Center, having undergone major renovations here, is one of the special places to watch and call a college basketball game.
$95 million renovation to this place, and it is off the charts. Stauskas into the corner. They find Burke for the three. Well, Burke has been more of a facilitator for this club this year, really picking his spots when to attack, and he buries the three.
Sign of maturity for him. He knows when he needs to take open shots and when he needs to get other guys going, and that's Marshawn. We featured him in the open, folks, coming off a career-high 33-point game in that win against Oklahoma earlier in the week, starting to be more and more comfortable after missing most of last year with a torn ACL.
Powell, the redshirt junior, has been one of the great comeback stories early in college basketball.
Arkansas man-to-man here, Spiro. They've got to be able to contain Trey Burke. I talked to Mike Anderson just briefly before the game. He said Trey Burke is so good and so important to what Michigan does that we have to do a good job of making him uncomfortable. Much easier said than done, though. He plays with such poise, excellent change of pace, and he's much stronger than he appears.
Anderson leading Arkansas to 18 wins in his first year at Fayetteville last season. Looking for the same kind of turnaround he was able to create both at UAB and Missouri.
Well, it's a matter of just win, not if. He's proven that he's a terrific coach and program builder.
Offensive rebound by Morgan, and he sticks it back. Morgan, the redshirt junior, Detroit native, is a local kid. Here comes B.J. Young, the dynamic offensive player, offensive foul. That's his first.
This is a problem area for Arkansas. They're -4 on the boards coming into this game, and no block out on Jordan Morgan, and he's able to get right to the front of the rim and pick off that rebound and get the putback. He really hurt Arkansas a year ago down in Fayetteville by attacking the rim, getting to the offensive glass, and scoring in close.
John Beeline says he's in the best shape of his career. He says if he could just stay out of foul trouble, something that plagued him last year, Morgan will be one of the certainly top big men in the Big Ten. It's knocked out of bounds by Michigan, and Arkansas gets it back. Morgan coming into play today, 6 points, just under 5 rebounds per game. 6'8", 250-pound forward. And those are the kind of mistakes that Mike Anderson's club just can't afford in this kind of an environment. That's their second early turnover.
Mind right, game tight on the road is critical. So you're right. Careless turnovers, unforced errors can't have them if you're Arkansas.
This is Jim Hardaway. This pass inside deflected by Mickelson with those long arms.
It was late, too, and that allowed Mickelson to help a teammate out and get that deflection.
This is B.J. Young gliding through the Michigan defense. It's a one-point game. Young among the most dynamic players, certainly in the SEC, coming in averaging 19.5 points per game.
I love the way he attacks the goal, Spiro. He's a streaky shooter, but he has a tremendous ability to get to the rim and make difficult shots.
Morgan's open. Burke finds him, and another dime for Trey Burke. So 4 early points for Morgan. And Michigan's lead at 3.
And Spiro, early on, the Arkansas front line players are not maintaining contact with Jordan Morgan.
That's Mickelson trying to stretch the defense. Mike Anderson imploring him during the offseason to develop his game offensively. Morgan blocked inside, appeared to be on its way down, no call.
It looked like a goaltend to me as well. And that's what I talked about with B.J. Young, his ability to make tough shots off the dribble. I thought that shot attempt by Morgan should have been a good basket.
12,000 plus, I think, agree with you here. It's a one-point game with 3.5 minutes gone by. Burke sealed off baseline. Hardaway.
They'll block out again on Morgan. And he almost made him pay with an and-one opportunity. B.J. Young, he's the leading scorer for the Razorbacks, and we highlighted him at the top. This is what he does so well. That's a catch and go. Beautifully done. Never gave Stauskas a chance to react. And then Morgan, because he's free, no body connection between Arkansas and Morgan inside, and he's loose for the layup. And this shot, oh, you know what? That was simultaneous from that angle to me. That ball was taken to the glass. So from that angle, that appeared to be a good block.
Clark's second personal charge to Mickelson. That's a huge call against Arkansas, so he has to sit here with less than 4 minutes gone by. That's a big loss here for the Hawks.
It sure is. The young sophomore really capable of knocking down the face-up jump shot out to even the three-point line on occasion. And he's one of the few players that Arkansas has available that's over 6'7".
Mickelson, the 6'10" sophomore out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. John Beilein makes a change as well. The freshman Mitch McGarry, who Clark talked about at the top, has checked in for the first time. This is Ricky Scott, junior guard out of Irving, Texas. 15 to shoot. Powell on a deep three, sticks it.
That's big. That's big. Talking to Mike Anderson before the game, he said, Marshawn Powell's ability to score the ball is critical for us. And he showed a comfort level in that game Tuesday against Oklahoma that they hadn't seen since he went out with the injury after only 2 games played last season.
Stauskas on a drive and kick, setting up Robinson. First points for Robinson, and Michigan retakes the lead.
Good action and good pace here both ways so far, Spiro.
Crowd wanted an offensive foul on Cody Clark. Powell's going to try it again. Same result.
Watch out now. Watch out now. You let a guy with his stroke get comfortable and confident, he can hurt you all game.
Steal by Mardrakus Wade.
Oh, he's open. They missed him. Gotta get your head on. Ricky Scott was wide open.
Offensive foul on Wade, and they say that McGarry beat him to the spot. Good start for Arkansas, tied at 12.
Well, it's that time of year again. You know, picture-taking season. And with PhotoStream, you can share all the photos you want with just the people you want. It's as easy as pie. Pie.
One Bud Light fan will win 2 season tickets for the rest of their life. Your favorite NFL team, every home game for up to 50 years. So go ahead, do your lucky thing. How lucky are you? Go to facebook.com/Bud Light to enter.
Red Lobster's Crab Fest ends soon. Hurry in and try 5 succulent entrees, like our tender snow crab paired with savory garlic shrimp, just $12.99. Come into Red Lobster and see food differently. And introducing 7 lunch choices for just $7.99, salads, sandwiches, and more.
Goodyear, for drivers like these who demand the most from their tires. And everything we've learned making these tires inspires what we roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven.
If someone asks what it feels like to drive a Jeep Grand Cherokee, tell them it's like being nestled in an 8-way adjustable, heated and ventilated seat, surrounded by a 500-watt sound system, while floating on a suspension made of billowy clouds. Or you could just hand him your keys.
Pride, passion, and honor. The great tradition continues. The 113th Army-Navy game, today on CBS.
You doing okay? Oh, yeah, they got me mic'd up. Oh, man, what a great day.
Yeah.
You doing okay?
I'm doing great.
Glad to have you.
So
You're
are
bringing
you.
the heavy hitters
Hey,
now.
What a great group you put together.
They're good. You know, and they really like each other, really good kids. Yeah, I'm mic'd up today, man. I'm going to get you.
John Beeline wired for sound. A 1-point game as he has to make the rounds pregame. Marshawn Powell, meantime, Clark, you talked about him. John Beeline says he's the best power forward that they've faced so far this season. A good start for him.
It certainly has been a good start. How about 3 for 3, including a 3-point field goal for 7 points. Quality look here, squared up, splash. Good ball movement. His defender backs off of him. He makes him pay. And again, he's coming off an ACL injury. Played only 2 games last year, Spiro, and is slowly starting to round into form. Get his legs back under him, the confidence is there, and that's critically important for this young team because he's a very difficult guy to defend because of his ability to shoot it, and he's got good balance, fundamentals, and footwork in the low post.
You know, he missed most of last season, as you just mentioned. Again, people forget just how good he was as a freshman 2 years ago.
That's right.
14 points, just under 7 rebounds. Only Joe Johnson and Scotty Thurman have had higher points per game averages at Arkansas as freshmen.
Yeah, you mentioned Scotty Thurman. He's actually working for the Razorbacks. And as Director of Student Development, had a chance to visit with him briefly before the game, enjoying his new role and having a positive impact on these young student athletes for Arkansas.
There's Mitch McGarry, the highly touted freshman. Harris LeVert has come in for the first time. This is Stauskas putting it on the deck. Not just an outside threat as Michigan builds to a 3-point lead. Contact inside, it's against McGarry. We've got a sports fan on your holiday gift list. CBSSports.com shop has officially licensed NFL gear and NCAA gear from over 500 schools and 3-day shipping on every order at shop.cbssports.com. So McGarry will sit. You see the team foul scenario early on.
That's been a problem for Arkansas. In the 3 losses, they've done a poor job of defending without fouling, Spiro. That was one of the things Mike Anderson talked about. We've got to make shots, which they've done, and we have to be able to defend without fouling, which so far they haven't done as effectively.
This is Scott driving, kicking to Powell, looking for his 3rd 3. And Morgan so far has been a beast on the glass.
Yeah, he's a monster. Redshirt junior, going to get his degree in industrial engineering here in May, and then look to do some graduate studies during his 5th year at Michigan. That's a travel by B.J. Young, a little out of control that time.
Clark, you talked about the tempo being certainly paramount for Mike Anderson's club. How does it look so far?
I think it looks pretty good because they want to play fast. The issue with a young Razorback team that does not have much size is they've got to be able to protect the paint, which they haven't done a really good job of. Morgan has gotten loose a couple of times. They've got to do a better job containing the dribbler at the defensive end, and that's what Mike Anderson wants to see. The persistence and perseverance at the defensive end from this young team. Because if they can establish that as the foundation and identity of who they are, they'll have a chance to really be a problem in the SEC.
Arkansas still trying to prove that they can go on the road and win a big-time game away from Fayetteville. That's the task at hand today. This is Spike Albrecht, the freshman. Offensive rebound, Morgan is third already, but Cody Clark picks his pocket. Here's Madden trying to sidestep Hardaway, and Hardaway whistled. Madden, meantime, appears to have turned his left ankle. And some pain behind that baseline.
Good push ahead this time by Arkansas, and there you see Hardaway not clearly in legal guarding position, and it looked like Madden may have cracked knees. Let's take another look here.
You can see steps on the left foot of Hardaway.
Yeah, he stepped on the foot and banged knees. I'm not sure what's giving him the most problem at this point. He's walking off and seems to be walking fairly well right there, so hopefully the young man will be able to return. But in the meantime, Mike Anderson, who will play 9, 10, sometimes 11 guys double-digit minutes, goes to his bench.
Scott trying to create his own shot. Good looking stroke, a little bit too strong. Rebound Hardaway.
It's good offense, though, for Arkansas. High-quality shot that possession. Michigan so good at sharing the ball, spacing the floor, and always trying to get the best shot for the team, not necessarily for an individual guy. Turnover. This is what the Hogs want to do, Spiro.
This is Williams, the southpaw. Freshman out of Birmingham, Alabama. Robinson running in the open floor. A right-handed jackhammer by Glenn Robinson extends to a 5-point lead. Wow. That'll get them out of their seats here at Chrysler. Bell just swallowed up by the Michigan defense. And the officials say we'll stay right here.
Right after GR3. Glenn Robinson, the third. Bringing it with thunder. One more time. Boom!
Glenn Robinson arriving here, a highly decorated freshman. You know he's got the pedigree. And what a start to his Michigan career, just under 12 points per game. John Beilein says, he's got all the tools, the physical attributes, but he thinks the game through. And that is something that really has impressed Beilein and made an impression early in his career.
Yeah, he brings tremendous maturity. Got a wonderful pace with which he plays at. Obviously has a body ready for this level of college basketball. And I think he's going to be outstanding. Already making a tremendous impact on this team, leading the squad in rebounding. Has a terrific stroke, good ball skills and passing ability. He's got what we call a full pantry.
Officials having to adjust the shot clock. This is Scott, who coughed it up. Into the corner for the freshman Williams, who misses everything.
I don't know if that's the shot he should be taking. He was open. That's not a quality look, and as a result, Michigan able to come back and convert.
So a dangerous point in the game here for the young Hogs. 6 straight for the Wolverines. And Mike Anderson wants a timeout. 7-point lead for Michigan here in Ann Arbor on CBS.
With 160 more miles per tank, the distances aren't getting shorter. The trucks are going farther. The new 2013 Ram 1500. With the best-in-class fuel economy, engineered to move heaven and earth. Guts, glory, Ram.
Coming up, the Home Depot College Football on CBS puts on one of the grand spectacles in all of sports. It's all guts, all grit, all glory. Army-Navy presented by USAA. It all starts with college football today. And the game this year having added incentive, the Commander-in-Chief's trophy hanging in the balance. And you can see it only here on CBS. Mike Anderson trying to stay on top of the situation. 6 straight for Michigan. They're down 7.
Good timeout that time by Mike Anderson. His Hogs were hurrying a bit too much. Zone defense here out of timeout by Michigan. Now let's see how Arkansas attacks it. You want to probe the seams, get that ball into the middle, and then go opposite with it. You got to attack, though. You can't be passive and on your heels.
Bell coughs it up. Levert into the open floor. Morgan trailing, and they reward the big fella. 9-point game.
How about the presence of mind from Karis LeVert? Recognized he didn't have a quality look, but was aware of his trailer.
There's Powell inside. This is a little bunny.
You got to finish that on the road.
Rebound Horford, who's fouled on the outlet pass, as Michigan starting to flex its muscle.
Turnovers lead to run-out. Beautifully done here. Karis LeVert, I can't find it for myself, but Morgan getting it done. Way to run the floor, big fella.
You never told me Autotrader.com had new cars. I'd love a new 2013. These are sweet, but what kind of deal can I get? Okay, just special offers.
Now compare brand new cars from local dealers and special offers.
That one.
So you can find the one new car your head and heart can agree on. Whoa. Autotrader.com, the ultimate automotive marketplace.
LaShawn's got a Christmas list. She's looking for a fidget at Toys R Us. Let's see if we can get the same item at Walmart for less.
Okay.
Fidget Friends, $15 on rollback.
Wow.
That's a savings of over $29.
29 bucks?
And they're powered by friendship. See for yourself if you could save on the brands you want. Walmart.
The road is filled with surprises. Make sure you see them. See farther, wider, better. Upgrade to Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
This is a great chicken sandwich.
Whoa, yeah, it is.
Whoa, what's going on there?
Wow. I just got my mind blown.
Because it's so good?
So good. Yeah, I like to make note of every time my mind's been blown. This is number 53.
Nice.
First was being born.
That makes sense.
2,
obviously.
my first hat.
Oh.
Yeah. Every other time it's been here at Sonic.
Yeah, I know, man. It is such a good sandwich.
Woo! 54.
The Asiago's Caesar Chicken Sandwich, part of our all-new premium chicken lineup. And try our new chocolate mint holiday shake. This is how you Sonic.
Nobody knows the game like a quarterback. Don't miss NFL Monday QB, Monday at 6:30, only on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.
Monday on CBS, it's the party of the year with 2 back-to-back new 2 Broke Girls episodes that are too good to miss. Monday, only CBS. Michigan jumping out in front by 9. John Beeline, wired for sound.
Speed is unbelievable. That's our biggest challenge, is getting back in 4 seconds. They're coming at you, man. Shake, shake, slip. Hey, Green, hey, Trey, Green. Way to work, Jordan. Way to work. You ready to work like that? Go in there if you're in for the shooter. Let's go.
You saw Beeline having a conversation with Lloyd Carr, the old Michigan head coach, leading the Wolverines to a national title here in 1997. There is so much excitement in Ann Arbor about this team They kind of put themselves back on the map last year, Clark, and now number 3 in the country, and you still don't know what the ceiling is for this team.
Well said, Spiro. This is a team that can win it all. I mean, you look at the versatility. They're certainly young. They've got some good experience in Hardaway Jr., Burke has experienced, Morgan. A nice blend, though, of talented, young, mature players. And as a result, you're right. This team will continue to get better. And you know the leader on the sideline, John Beilein, one of the very best at building the team.
Burke looking for his second 3. Here come the Hogs, haven't scored in over 8 minutes. Inside attempt by Young, the tip by Powell falls off.
Well,
and Arkansas gets a fresh 35.
Cheryl, excuse me, they fought each other that time on the miss by B.J. Young. 2 Hogs were right there for an easy putback and fought each other off of it. You got to be aware.
Stauskas will come back in after a brief rest. Arkansas down 9, trying to generate some offense.
This is when I think you've got to try to find Marshawn Powell for a good opportunity. Or B.J. Young off of one on that Clark deep. It's not a good shot that time.
Clark, a JUCO player a year ago. This is Hardaway. Ball deflected by Clark, taken by Burke. And look at the vision by Trey Burke to locate Morgan. So Morgan already eclipsing his season average. He's got 10. Came in averaging only 6.
Actually, it had a couple of strong games over the last 2, Spiro. 18 points and 18 boards in those last 2 games combined for Morgan. Arkansas needs a good shot here. That's pretty good. That's the first bucket they've made in about 5 minutes.
B.J. Young is dynamic a player as you'll find in the SEC. First points for Arkansas since the 15:05 mark of this first half. Ball knocked away by Morgan, and then Morgan called for the reach-in foul. Wade among the better perimeter defenders in the SEC. We take a look at Morgan's start.
He's been terrific. Chasing down the missed shot here. No block out by Arkansas. Penetration fine, good hands. Never touches the ground as he goes into his finish. And again, continuing his stellar play of the last 2 games. Here's Morgan.
Young wide open. That's the most space he'll have today. 9 points for Young. And Arkansas answering now, cutting it to 6.
And that's 5 straight from B.J. Young, who had 2 big baskets in the win against Oklahoma on Tuesday. Had struggled with his shot, but still found a way to knock down a pair of game-winning shots on Tuesday night. And with his team struggling here in the last few minutes, able to get 5 straight points to close the gap. Good job of officiating there as we saw the Hogs and Wolverines getting tied up a little bit.
Cody Clark and Jordan Morgan exchanging some words. Just under 9 minutes to play before halftime. Michigan by 6. What a matchup there between Burke and Young. Corner 3, and there he is. The sharpshooter from Ontario, Canada, Nick Stauskas.
You got to be in his chest on the catch. If you're not there, then it's too late.
Powell muscling his way underneath, right over the top of Robinson.
I really like what I'm seeing from Marshawn Powell. Having watched guys recover from ACLs, it typically takes about a year and a half. And he's kind of accelerated that pace based on how he's performed the last few ball games. That's great news for Arkansas. Good luck.
Robinson for his second 3 of the day.
Robinson, the 3rd of the three-pointer.
8 points for Robinson, averages 11 per game.
They just can hurt you from so many spots, Spiro.
Officials say jump, and a possession arrow favoring Arkansas. So the Hogs trying to stay within striking distance, down 10 here in Ann Arbor.
The Mercedes-Benz winter event is back with the perfect vehicle that's just right for you.
no matter which list you're on. Lease a 2013 C250 for $349 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer.
I have never encountered such a burning sensation until I had the shingles. It was like a red rash, like somebody had set a bag of hot charcoal on my neck. I had no idea it came from chickenpox.
If you had chickenpox, the shingles virus is already inside you.
It's something you never want to encounter.
As you get older, there's a greater chance shingles can happen to you. For more of the inside story, visit shinglesinfo.com.
Mommy, the ball's stuck.
Go ask your father for help.
I did. He said the ball wouldn't be stuck if Mommy didn't always record her shows when Daddy wanted to record his. And that Mommy's not really good at sharing. And we have no idea how difficult marriage can be.
All right. Got it.
And he wants more chips.
Hit me up with those chips, boys. Chop, chop.
Upgrade to DirecTV and record 5 shows at once. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
What's better, faster or slower?
Faster!
Okay, what's fast?
My mom's car and a cheetah.
Okay.
A spaceship?
Spaceship. And what's slow?
My grandma's slow.
Would you like it better if she was fast?
I bet she would like it if she was fast.
Maybe give her some turbo boosters.
Tape a cheetah to her back?
Tape a cheetah to her back. Seems like you've thought about this before.
It's not complicated. Faster is better. An iPhone 5 downloads fastest on AT&T 4G.
Quick man! Quick man! Quick man! 5 alive! 5 alive! Up! Up!
John Beeline wired here in Ann Arbor as we take a look at our early game summary in a 10-point lead for the Wolverines, 28-18 with 7:54 to play here at Chrysler Center. Spiro Ditas and Clark Kellogg with you. Maybe the most impressive part about this Michigan team is that John Beeline has 5 key rotation players who are all freshmen.
And we talked about how young Arkansas is, but this Michigan team is one of the youngest teams in the country as well, and the fact that they've been able to blend so well together speaks to, I think, the character of the players and also the leadership, even though it's come from relatively young guys in Tim Hardaway Jr. and Trey Burke, but also Jordan Burke, who is a fourth-year junior. So the blend is nice. They've made 11 baskets here so far, Spiro, have the Wolverines. They've assisted on 8 of them. That's a tremendous assist-to-made field goal ratio. The efficiency is what's so remarkable to me. They share the ball, they space the floor, multiple shooters. This is a team that's going to contend for the Big Ten title and a national championship, in my estimation. They've got that type of arsenal and that type of firepower. And you've got to figure that they will continue to get better as a unit.
Michigan winning a share of its first Big Ten regular season title last year for the first time since '86 as Hardaway builds on their lead. And Michigan now on an 18-7 run.
Well, when you force Trey Burke into a tough shot and a miss, you've got to get your defense finished with the rebound, and Arkansas has been unable to do that consistently here in the first 13 minutes.
On Monday, Dave's got Ann Hathaway, a top 10 from the Heisman winner. And Tuesday, don't miss a top 10 from Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. Then catch Craig, only CBS. Second personal on Morgan, so the redshirt junior will take a seat. Arkansas, meantime, Clark needing more from its supporting cast.
Well, we talked about Powell and Young, a dynamic 1-2 punch. Good challenge on that shot by Michigan to come up with the block. But you're right, Spiro. When you go on the road, you need everybody to bring a high level of performance. And that's part of what you find out about a young team is how guys handle being in a true road environment, particularly when you face some adversity. And a double-digit lead is clearly adversity.
Hardaway setting the table from the gallery blocked inside.
Twice.
Interior defense from the Hogs. Powell to the cup. Knocked to the corner. Fresh shot clock for Arkansas. Young absorbing contact, no foul. And Arkansas will retain with 6:39 left before halftime.
Pretty good defense here by Arkansas. Penetration by Hardaway. Good denial by Powell. And then I think that was,
That's Qualls. Michael Qualls, the
exactly,
freshman.
from behind. So they got McGarry twice there. But this is where Arkansas has to. That's a nice play. Nicely done. Good shot. Powell has to be careful not to settle for too much from behind the three-point line. That was a good pick and pop opportunity there.
And now Arkansas trying to intensify their defense. But in some trouble, down a dozen. This is Haydar for the triple. First player other than Powell or Wade to score. It's a 9-point game.
I tell you what, Haydar came off the bench in the win against Oklahoma, and he's going to be called for the block there. And really had a positive contribution in only 3 minutes of play. But so far, it's been Young and Powell bagging the groceries for the Hogs. They've scored all but 3 points of the Arkansas total here. 6 minutes to go, and already Michigan in the bonus here, Spiro.
So 1-and-1 situation for Michigan. Hardaway at the free throw line. Clark, give us the blog on Hardaway.
Take a look. He's a dasher and a slasher. He's settled down, but he's not full. In other words, he knows he's got more room to grow, and he hasn't, I think, put the same kind of pressure on himself that he did last year, coming on the heels of a terrific freshman year. He seems to be much more even-keeled in his demeanor and approach, and that's allowed him, I think, to play at a higher level to start this junior season.
That's the one thing that the staff will tell you about talking to the people from Michigan. Such an emotional kid, but he's tried to temper things down and to stay more on an even keel. And what a job he's done this year.
He sure has.
After what was a bit of a disappointment last year.
Yep, struggled shooting the ball, and I think that affected his whole disposition and demeanor as a player.
Powell to steal. This is Qualls in the open shot. And Arkansas's offense stone cold.
Oh, that almost was an offensive foul by McGarry. He basically eclipsed the Arkansas defender there on that screen.
So Robinson's putback gives him 10, and the Wolverines a 13-point lead. Drive by Wade. Haydar, second three. Nico Haydar, the junior from Fayetteville. Trying to resuscitate this Arkansas offense.
Boy, how about Haydar splashing a couple of threes when his team desperately needs that kind of contribution from him. Good ball pressure here.
Albrecht to McGarry, creating off the dribble fake. 12-point Michigan lead. McGarry may be the most decorated recruit in Beeline's tenure here in Ann Arbor. Here's Powell, quieted down after a fast start. Stepping middle. A nice little hook shot to make it a 10-point game. So 10 points for Powell. As we come up on 4 minutes to play before halftime. Hardaway, look at the first step as he'll shoot two. Tim Hardaway teeing off on the Arkansas defense.
And the Razorbacks have just had a really tough time containing the ball on the dribble and inside. Good move by McGarry. You can't make that move unless your footwork is solid.
That's his first teammate.
And this young man has a tremendous motor. And you saw Hardaway on his attempt after beating his defender off the dribble. Denied at the rim, but he gets himself 2 free throws.
McGarry from the same hometown as former Michigan Wolverine Zach Novak. He's got the same do-anything attitude as well. Tuesday on CBS in Vegas, the brighter the lights, the darker the crimes. Don't miss a new episode of the new hit drama, Vegas, Tuesday, only CBS. So McGarry will sit. 11-point lead, Hardaway at the line, one more. Hardaway, 8.6 boards as Karis LeVert will check back in.
They really like this young man's upside, Karis LeVert, as you look at Tim Hardaway Jr. Productive minutes for him so far in the first half, but Karis LeVert initially was headed to Ohio University, but when John Gross took the job at Illinois, Karis reopened his recruiting and landed in a really good spot here with Michigan. They like his defensive ability and his savvy as a player.
Robinson, and get out of his way, misses inside. Somehow, inexplicably, couldn't finish the layup. So Arkansas dodges a bullet. Here's Rand Scott.
I think on that shot, Robinson was a little undecided as to what he wanted to do. And the defender caused him to be undecided.
Nice Qualls. They're too strong on the bank. And a rebound by Horford.
Carol, that's one you got to make. I don't know if Qualls realized he had a much smaller defender on him than Trey Burke and kind of rushed that shot.
Qualls, the freshman out of Shreveport, Louisiana. LeVert. Offensive rebound, Horford. Red shirting last week, played for 9 games. Trey Burke trying to find a spot. Stauskas. Michigan relentless on the offensive glass. Trey Burke, their All-American point guard, sophomore out of Columbus, Ohio.
Got a switch here, which means Horford is being defended by a much smaller defender, Hadar, trying to wrestle with Horford.
They put the handcuffs on Robinson and create the turnover. So Arkansas battling this young team away from Fayetteville, down 12.
Keep the party moving. Dial it. Bud Light together again with Pitbull. Here we go.
Santa, Santa, Santa. Ho, ho, ho! Want to see some magic? Watch this! I landed on my keys.
Did you get that?
Oh, yeah. That was amazing.
Here you go.
That was a fun trick. See? Santa's okay. Walk it off, Santa. Nicely done.
Share videos instantly with S-Beam on the Galaxy S3 and Note 2. Available at Best Buy and Best Buy mobile stores.
Oh, what fun it is to ride. Get the Mercedes-Benz on your wish list at the winter event going on now through December 31st. Lease a 2013 E350 for $579 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer.
You're watching NCAA basketball on CBS.
What character is Hugh Jackman putting himself through for this?
I always say when I lift something heavy, I remember that is Wolverine.
On 60 Minutes, Sunday.
The final 4 teams.
I'm gonna be all right up there, right?
Face a death-defying challenge. Don't miss the Amazing Race season finale, CBS Sunday.
Hop into it. Hop into it. Hey, flow into offense. Flow into it. Don't slow it down. Flow into it. Okay, forget about it. Keep the ball up, Mitch. Just keep it up. You'll be fine.
All right, thanks again to John Beeline for agreeing to be wired up today. 12-point lead for Michigan here in Ann Arbor, 2:20 to play before halftime. A reminder coming up on AT&T at the half. Tim Brando and Seth Davis welcome the newest member of the CBS Sports family, Doug Gottlieb, who will join them in studio. They'll have scores and highlights to get you right to the court of opinion. So much to talk about, and it will be anything but quiet. It's all coming up on AT&T at the half. Only young college hoop fans forget just how good Doug was as a player back in 1999 and 2000 at Oklahoma State. Doug led the nation in assists and still ranks 10th in NCAA history with 947 career dimes.
Gottlieb gobbled up the dimes, and welcome aboard, Doug. Looking forward to having you part of the team and family. And we got a pretty entertaining game here in this first half, although Arkansas has forfeited some opportunities to be closer by missing some shots in closer, not doing a good job at the point of attack, containing the ball off the dribble, and giving up way too many second opportunities to Michigan on the glass. 8 of the 21 rebounds that Michigan has have been on the offensive board thus far.
Marshawn Powell will check in at the table. Anderson just can't afford to rest him much in this kind of an environment. Shot clock at 12. There's a 3 by Scott. And Arkansas not going away. They cut it to single digits.
I really don't think the offense has been a problem for Arkansas. It's at this end of the floor, Spiro, where they haven't been able to finish defense with defensive rebounds, and they've not contained the dribble effectively without fouling. So if they can do that the next 90 seconds and keep this deficit at single digits, I think they'll have something to build on. If you're Michigan, you just want to continue to execute. And there's Ricky Scott, undisciplined and a little overzealous there, committing a foul, which will be costly. This kid, Stauskas, is a 90% free throw shooter, so you can just about mark these in the book.
Back in the game for Arkansas now is number 33, Marshawn Powell.
Second personal. A 1-and-1 situation as Michigan with a chance to build on its lead. So here is Stauskas at the line, a freshman who has stormed onto the scene. Clark, give us the blog on Stauskas, the freshman from Ontario, Canada.
Well, he's shown us a little bit of it here in the first half. He's a guy that can shoot it deep. He's very good at using his shot fake to get inside. And at 6'6", and being sneaky athletic, he can get to the rim and punish you that way, too.
Gives the Wolverines an 11-point lead.
So we had a malfunction on the blog. We may revisit it later on today. And he's got a lot of offensive game in his package, does Stauskas.
Third in the country in three-point percentage. As we hit a minute to play before halftime. Up and under. Just can't get the bounce, and now the officials say Arkansas basketball. So the shot clock resets. 54.1 to play before halftime as Robinson checks back in for John Beilein. Ricky Scott can't find anyone. And a foul called against Stauskas, a holding foul, as he tries to blanket Hagar on the perimeter. First on Stauskas.
That's his first team hit.
Arkansas probing the defense. Powell wants to take that away, swatted by Horford.
Need to hold it for the last shot if you are. Well, should have been a reset.
Hagar with his third triple of the day.
Well, perhaps not. I don't think that hit the rim, so the shot clock should continue to move on. How about Hagar?
Hagar came into today, which is 2 threes on the season. He's hit 3 for the Hawks.
Well, they're calling Radar Hadar.
It's an 8-point game. Trey Burke holding for the final shot. Turns the corner and finishes. 10-point game. Ricky Scott on a run as the halftime horn sounds here at Chrysler Center.
Excellent drive by Trey Burke, but another example of the inability of Arkansas to contain the dribble. That's a tough finish. But Trey Burke makes that shot fairly consistently.
That's the end of the first half with your score. Michigan 42, Arkansas 32. We now send you to Tim Brando in New York.
Thanks, Spiro. Coming up on AT&T at the half, we'll get you caught up on all of today's action. Plus, Doug Gottlieb and Seth Davis join me in the court of opinion after this message and a word from your local station.
The Mercedes-Benz winter event is back with the perfect vehicle that's just right for you, no matter which list you're on. Lease a 2013 C250 for $349 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer.
Visit CBSSports.com shop for all your officially licensed college basketball merchandise. Remember, the best in college basketball gear is at CBSSports.com shop.
Why did a mother send a Valentine to the man she thinks killed her daughter? Tonight.
This December, remember, what starts with adding a friend could end with adding a close friend. Now is the perfect moment to find the perfect Lexus. The Lexus December to Remember sales event is on. Lease the all-wheel drive 2012 IS 250 for $299 a month for 36 months, with $31.74 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
Detroit star wide receiver Calvin Johnson has the holidays all wrapped up.
Brands gift cards are perfect for any occasion. Get them online at brands.com.
Get a free $10 gift certificate for every $35 in gift cards purchased. That's right, 2 gifts for the price of 1. Everyone on your list will enjoy lunch and dinner specialties like prime rib, artisan-inspired skillets, and sizzling steaks. Get the best gift card offer in town today.
Happy holidays from all of us at Brands.
It's the time of year to say thanks.
And for giving.
So, during the Subaru Share the Love event, Hodges will donate $250 to the charity of your choice.
And we're going to give you $250 more for your trade.
When you lease a new Subaru Forester for only $229 a month.
Come share the love at Hodges Subaru.
Metro Detroit's Subaru only dealer. Those in the know choose Hodges Subaru.
We're sharing the love.
Family Feud, weeknights at 7 at 7:30 on CBS 62. CBS Sports presents AT&T at the half. AT&T. Rethink possible.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to AT&T at the half. I'm Tim Brando with the score in Ann Arbor, Michigan leading Arkansas 42-32. I'm joined by Seth Davis of Sports Illustrated and Doug Gottlieb. The last time he appeared on CBS, he was the point guard at Oklahoma State.
There he is.
He made it all the way to the Elite Eight. Take a look at this, will you? Oh, what a beautiful dish.
Can't press me.
He could distribute.
Oh,
now, there were issues with lift. There were issues with lift.
Hey, this is supposed to be a highlight tape.
Now, of course, co-hosting Leadoff on the CBS Sports Network, we welcome the latest member of the CBS Sports family. Doug, it's great to have you on the road to the Final Four.
Good to be here.
Your thoughts on this game and how good Michigan seems to be? They're really getting up and down the floor now.
We know Michigan can score, but we also know, Seth, that Arkansas plays no defense. And if Mike Anderson wants to make the dent that Hog fans thought he could make, kind of rejuvenating this program, they got to guard somebody. They didn't guard Wisconsin. They didn't guard Syracuse. Heck, they didn't guard Oklahoma, shot 55% from the floor in a win the other day. They definitely didn't guard Michigan. Their defense was a joke.
Michigan's a great team. Let's just keep in mind, though, Michigan has had a couple of games this season where they have blown leads late in the second half, and you have to say that Arkansas does have this game at their pace. They play 11 guys. That's their strategy, try to wear Michigan down. Let's see how their legs hold.
We'll see if Michigan gets tired of scoring so often.
All right, let's take a look at some other action going on today. Ohio State, one of the teams we'll be talking about a little bit later. Linzel Smith's going to play a little nylon song here from deep.
We saw him do this last year into the Final Four, and of course you can't show an Ohio State highlight unless you show Deshaun Thomas getting a shot. Here he gets an offensive rebound, finds LaQuinton Ross. The Buckeyes up 14 at the half.
All right, elsewhere, Georgetown taking on Towson today, Seth. And look at here, early on, Towson making a move.
Well, the Hoyas are not a team that has been tired of scoring the last couple of weeks. My God, they have been offensively challenged. Only 17 points here in the first half, which is only one more than they had against Indiana. Mikhail Hopkins and Markell Starks, their backcourt 0 for 9 so far in the first half.
A lot of people wondering about this Kentucky team, Doug. Let's take a look. The national championship team honored from '96. Boy, and that was a great group that won over at the Meadowlands. Early on, though, Portland going to work.
Well, you have to get back on defense, and Riley Barker beats Nerlens Noel down in transition. That can't happen, but Archie Goodwin is a good one. He finishes in transition. Big question with Kentucky is going to be point guard play in the future.
Right now, they're up by 15 at the break against Portland. Well, a reminder. The road to the Final Four continues next Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern with a Hoosier State rivalry. Number 1 Indiana takes on Butler. And coming up next, one of the most storied rivalries in all of sports, the 113th Army-Navy game presented by USAA. At stake, bragging rights in the coveted Commander-in-Chief's trophy. And we'll talk to the 3 Heisman finalists at halftime. But still to come, see how Doug and Seth fare in the court of public opinion. That's when the AT&T at the half rolls on.
Hey, you guys like Call of Duty? Yup. You guys ever seen Call of Duty in 3D? Whoa! You're fighting freaking future robots! You're all up in it! It's all up in you! In 3D, the geeks are deeper and the explosions are explosion here!
You know what they say, right, boys? Once you go 3D,
you get it.
Call of Duty in 3D on a whole new level with LG.
LaShawn's got a Christmas list. She's looking for a fidget at Toys R Us. Let's see if we can get the same item at Walmart for less.
Okay.
Fidget Friends, $15 on rollback.
Wow.
That's a savings of over $29.
$29?
And they're powered by friendship. See for yourself if you could save on the brands you want. Walmart.
Red Lobster's Crab Fest ends soon. Hurry in and try 5 succulent entrees, like our tender snow crab paired with savory garlic shrimp, just $12.99. Come into Red Lobster and see food differently. And introducing 7 lunch choices for just $7.99, salads, sandwiches, and more.
Game day, you hear the fans. The shotgun, spread offense, and goal line stand. Been there, done that, seen it all. Every fist pump and win, every hike of the ball. Hey, football fan, we salute you. We know how much you love it because we love it too. We got what you need to be like the pros from clutches to break pass. You know where to go. Come on. Napa know-how. Napa know-how. Napa know-how.
A lot of universities talk about their personalized approach and unwavering commitment to each and every student. We, however, engrave ours in stone. University of Arkansas, the U of A.
Enduring tradition. Academic inspiration. Global engagement. That's the Michigan difference.
Welcome back. The college hoop season is about a month old. Our experts have been taking notes. It's time for Doug and Seth to enter the court of opinion. North Carolina, UCLA, Texas, or Kentucky. Which team is most likely to pull out of its tailspin, Seth?
I'm going to say Kentucky. I don't think they're going to win a national championship, certainly, but they're young. They've got talent. They've got issues at the point guard spot, but Ryan Harrow is back. I think he will progress, move Archie Goodwin to the wing. They'll be a factor in March.
I don't think Harrow's a point. I think Goodwin's going to be the point. But I agree. They've gone from wildly overrated to underrated. I think the bigger story is Texas. I don't think they make the tournament. And UCLA and whether or not Ben Howland keeps his job. They're now down to 8 scholarship players. And the vibe just wasn't good last weekend in Anaheim when they lost to San Diego State. It was a pro-San Diego State crowd, which is right in the heart of UCLA.
But the talent is there at UCLA.
No, I think the talent is wildly overrated. They don't have a point guard. And frankly, their interior players, the Ware twins...
Well, they have a point guard. You just don't like Larry Drew. He's a point guard. You just don't think he's very good.
No, they weren't good when he was at Carolina, and shocker, he's not good enough when he's at UCLA. The transfer and the sitting out a year and a half didn't do any difference.
Right. And Rick Barnes, who in 14 years at Texas has never missed an NCAA tournament, tournament. They got to the tournament last year, basically with the same crew, which is now a year older. If Mike Kabongo comes back, you don't think they're? I think they could be. I think they're a tournament team if Kabongo comes back.
I think they're awful. I think USC Texas set college basketball back far further than that Wisconsin game in the Final Four in 2000.
All right, we agree there's not as much separation at the top this year from the rest of the group, but which team is truly number one? Is it Duke or is it Indiana?
Do you want best team?
No, I want number one. I want who should be number one right now.
I think Duke should be number one, or maybe Syracuse in terms of how impressive they are. I don't think they're the best team in the country, but they have the most impressive slate of wins thus far.
Yeah, well, there is no best team in the country. We agree with that. I mean, if you vote Indiana at the start of the year as number one, you have to leave them at number one because they haven't lost yet. But you mentioned Florida. How about Syracuse could be the best team in the country? You could take 1 through 9, 1 through 12. Any of those, I think it's pretty even at the top.
Duke's chances may hinder on whether or not Seth Curry can stay healthy.
Yeah. All right, the most overrated team so far. I mean, obviously, we got a lot of balance, so there's got to be someone that's overrated.
Again, it's all in terms of perspective. Ohio State right now is ranked 7th in the country. That would lead you to believe that they're a Final Four national championship team. I don't think that they are, Doug, because I don't think they have that second offensive option next to Deshaun Thomas. They're trying to make Aaron Kraft do it, but that's just not his game.
But they almost beat Duke at Duke.
Almost?
I think you're undervaluing them a bit. I think Kansas is a bit overrated, but I also think Illinois is. Look, Illinois is a feel-good story with what John Gross has done in his short time in Chambana. They're making 11 threes a game, and now they get to the meat of their schedule. They're going on the road to take on the Zags in Spokane. I think they're going to get hammered today. I think they make the NCAA tournament, but I don't think they're a top 15.
You think Kansas wins the Big 12?
I mean, you can't bet against them because they've won 8 consecutive times. So don't be surprised if the Pokes give them a run.
Have you ever been stopped at the airport in Chambana? Chambana, that's a tough airport to be stuck in. We want to know your opinion on all these topics. Join the conversation on Twitter and Facebook at NCAA on CBS. A reminder, be sure to tune in tomorrow for the NFL on CBS. It's regional action. Many will see the return of Big Ben as the Steelers host the Chargers and the Dolphins visit the Niners. It all begins at noon Eastern with the NFL today. Thanks for watching AT&T at the half. The second half of the Hogs and the Wolverines coming up.
CBS Sports presents AT&T at the half. AT&T. Rethink possible.
Who thinks 2 is better than 1? So all of you do.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Now what's better, being able to shoot 2 lasers out of both your eyes at the same time, or just 1 laser out of 1 eye?
2.
Okay, why?
It's just fun. 1 beam, okay, it does a little bit of damage.
Right.
2 beams, it'll make something explode.
And that's more fun?
Yeah.
And it's more powerful, you're saying?
Yeah.
It's not complicated. Doing 2 things at once is better. And only AT&T's network lets you talk and surf on your iPhone 5.
We can feel it when we wake up. We're all traveling, 'cause tonight we're sitting around the table.
The holiday when we're able
Something in the air, something in the air. It's Christmas in the air that keeps us together.
Please welcome Dustin Johnson.
Well, he's part of that new group. He's an all-around athlete.
He's built the perfect swing. He can crush a ball.
It's amazing.
That's a ball country man. Incredible.
It's his time now.
TV's #1 show, NCIS, Tuesday, only CBS.
Detroit star wide receiver Calvin Johnson has the holidays all wrapped up.
Brands gift cards are perfect for any occasion. Get them online at brands.com.
Get a free $10 gift certificate for every $35 in gift cards purchased. That's right, 2 gifts for the price of 1. Everyone on your list will enjoy lunch and dinner specialties like prime rib, artisan-inspired skillets, and sizzling steaks. Get the best gift card offer in town today.
Happy holidays from all of us at Brands.
Dear Honda, thanks for the deal you got my sister at your holiday sales event. Shotgun! Rides in our Civic are full of valuable information.
Tim's parents are gone. Party!
Interesting. Plus, my iPod connects to the car. And since she saved so much, she's gonna be a lot nicer. Love, Samantha.
More happiness with every Honda during Happy Honda Days. Get a 2012 Civic for 0.9% APR for up to 60 months at your Honda dealer.
Sponsored by Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry, with 5 times the selection of ordinary jewelry stores. Napa Know-How. And by Red Lobster. Hurry into Red Lobster's Crab Fest before it ends. Halftime score, 42-32, 10-point lead for the Wolverines. Michigan head coach John Beilein addressing his team.
Great job, everybody, great job. That was a great execution at the end of the first half as well, right? We didn't need to use a timeout, did we? We got a coach on the floor. We don't need to call a timeout, right? That was great execution on that, right? We got to get the 50-50 basketballs, and we got to find out where number 2 is all the time, right? 2020. We got to find out where he is. He wasn't even on the scouting report, was he? Right? Okay, we didn't put 12 guys. We never put 12 guys on the scouting report. He made a big play. We got to find him. He's got 9 of their points already. Okay?
Well, that guy is Chico Radar Hadar. And they know who he is now. Number 20, spraying threes, and he made 3 of them. And how about that? An injection of offense from a guy who was not on the scouting report.
I hate when that happens. The one guy you're not paying attention to burns you 3 threes for Hadar. Spiro-Vitas and Clark Kellogg with you. It's a young Arkansas team still looking for that first signature road win, and they're hanging tough.
They are hanging tough. They've got to convert in the paint more, and they've got to do a better job defensively in the paint. That'll be the key in this second half. I think pace is fine. They've won the points off turnover battle. The other thing, they can't continue to send Michigan to the foul line. Michigan made 8 out of 8 free throws. Arkansas did not get to the free throw line.
All right, let's take a look at some of the first half stats. Brought to you by Coke Zero as we take a look at our numbers. 20 minutes complete. You see the rebounding margin favoring Michigan.
And also points in the paint, plus 10 there. And again, 8 of those 21 rebounds were offensive for Michigan. Although they didn't hurt Arkansas with second chance points, it was the free throw game and the points in the paint, the conversions inside that gave Michigan this 10-point lead.
You heard Tim, Seth, and Doug at halftime talking about who they think is the early number 1. Indiana, of course, has been there right at the top. But Michigan number 3, what about the difference between the 2 schools, Clark?
Well, I like the fact that both teams have versatility and depth. I think in Cody Zeller, you've got a tremendous score in the paint for Indiana. Watford as well. I give Indiana a slight edge at this point in terms of where those teams are. And I like Indiana as the number 1 team. They were the number 1 team preseason. Nothing has been done to change that. Clearly, Duke has a resume that nobody has in terms of the quality of its wins. But I still think Indiana is locked into that number 1 spot and deserves to be number 1 in the polls until they stumble.
It's just fun to have 2 signature programs back on the national stage.
No denying that. No denying that at all.
Michigan looking for its first 9-0 start with a win today since that magical 1988-89 season. The year that they went on to win the national championship, of course. 8 to shoot. Stowski's had it knocked out right into the hands of Robinson, who's blocked by Powell. Nicholson. Limited with fouls in the first half. It's a big loss.
That was a good look, Spiro. Pretty good defensive possession led into a good shot attempt for Hunter Nicholson. And those are the kind that Arkansas will have to convert to get all the way back in this one.
Arkansas 4-3 coming in. Tough home loss last weekend to Syracuse. Narrowly escapes with a home win on Tuesday night against Oklahoma. Shot clock at 6. Interior pass to Morgan.
Boy, that was a terrific pass by Glenn Robinson III. There aren't many players that could make that pass. I mean, this was a terrific pocket pass.
Arkansas foul, number 21, Hunter Nicholson.
Now watch.
Third personal Clark on Mickelson.
And that's a loss. Beautiful pass there by Robinson. Right away from where the defender was. That was him on that offensive rebound, too, wasn't it?
So Mickelson, at least for the moment, stays on the floor with 3.
I like this. I don't think you automatically take a guy out if he has 2 in the first half or picks up a 3rd early in the second. See if he can play through it.
Clark fouled on the drive. He'll shoot 2. Well, here's the conversation about the top teams in the country. The Hoosiers, of course, right at the top. Duke at 2.
I like check off the Hoosiers because I think they still deserve to be where they are. Duke obviously has been impressive. Syracuse as well. Louisville without Gorgie Yang is out. Florida's been outstanding. Ohio State in that in the 7th spot.
Clark, give us the block on Trey Burke.
Well, lowrider. He plays so low, Spiro. He does a nice job of getting down in the stands defensively and staying in attack low. He's got rush hour handle. He can go anywhere at any time with the ball. Terrific orchestrator and has tremendous range as well on that jump shot.
Well, there was a great fear here in Ann Arbor that Burke was going pro at the end of last season. Nice interior feed and a right-handed thunder finish by Powell.
Excellent interior passing and a beautiful cut to the front of the rim by Powell.
So 13 points for the redshirt junior out of Newport News, Virginia. Robinson from deep. Arkansas trying to do a better job protecting the glass. This is B.J. Young. Arkansas trying to cut it to 7 or even 6 with a 3. Powell's pass inside off a broken play. It's Mickelson. Closest the Hawks have been since the first half.
Well, you can see a pep in the step of the Arkansas Razorbacks here now. Defensively, they've tightened it up. Here we're going to take a look. Ball here is going to go into the post, then cut right there to the rim and back on the nice pass. Beautifully done by Arkansas. Enter the post and don't stand and watch when you're the opposite big. Get in front of that rim and you'll get yourself an easy one.
Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry here. Yes, I'm a jewelry store. And yes, I'm talking to you. Mike here needs a necklace, but not just any necklace. He needs a honey, I love you even more than the day we got married necklace. Well, I don't want to brag, but my selection is larger than ordinary jewelry stores, with truly unique pieces you won't find just anywhere, making it easy for Mike to find the necklace that tells his wife exactly how he feels. There, that's why he went to Jared.
First rule of taking the world by surprise: do something the world will actually notice. Introducing the entirely new Ford Fusion. With a turbocharged EcoBoost engine and a hybrid that doubles the fuel economy of the average vehicle. It's an entirely new idea of what a car can be.
Two of a kind, for your information, we're two of a kind.
Two of a kind, it's my observation, we're two of a kind.
Like peas in a pod,
and birds of a feather, alone or together you'll find that we are two of a kind.
LaShawn's got a Christmas list. She's looking for a fidget at Toys R Us. Let's see if we can get the same item at Walmart for less.
Okay.
Fidget Friends, $15 on rollback.
Wow.
That's a savings of over $29.
$29?
And they're powered by friendship. See for yourself if you could save on the brands you want. Walmart.
Keep the party moving. Dial it. Bud Light together again with Pitbull. Here we go.
They're battling to win their conference, division, and for their playoff lives. San Diego collides with Pittsburgh. Miami takes on San Francisco. The NFL on CBS, Sunday.
Come on, Nick. Come on, Nick. Good job. Good job. That time when that guy's got good position on you, it's tough to shoot a... that's more of a layup shot you just took. That's not a, that was a walled 15-footer, right? You want a walled 4-footer. Box out! Box out! 1-on-1, Timmy, knock him down.
John Beeline wired for sound, but as Michigan side kind of stubbing their toe here, Arkansas the closest they've been since the 9-minute mark of the first half. Clark, what's your book on Arkansas?
Well, a couple of things I think have to happen for them to move forward in a positive way. Fine-tune the frenzy. They want to play fast and furious, but they've got to tighten it up to make sure they get quality shots every trip and knock down good shots. Tighten up the D. We talked about that throughout the first half. Too much easy for Michigan in the first half in the paint. And then Young shine. That's a play on Sunshine. B.J. Young has to continue to shine in a big way for them to reach their potential as a team.
9 points for Young, 13 points for Powell. And Arkansas has done this despite the fact that they have yet to shoot a free throw. But they cut it to 7 here with 16:35 left in regulation.
Well, the defense has really picked up, and they've not fouled nearly as much so far in the first few minutes of this half as they did in that first half. I like this. Play through Powell. See if you can get a quality shot for him or somebody else.
Powell on a fade, and that soft touch on display again. It's a 5-point game.
If they don't have anything in the open court, Arkansas has to play through Powell, because he's a tough matchup. He can shoot it facing, he can back you down, he's got good footwork, and he's a willing passer. So if they don't have an opportunity in transition, I think he has to touch it in the half-court form.
And John Beeline told us he's the best power forward that they have faced so far this season. Here's Hardaway on the first step. Morgan has killed on the offensive glass. McGarry is there to tip it home.
Those two bigs together. John Beeline hasn't often played the two big guys together. And B.J. Young, boy, he's pulling that hamstring, Spiro. That does not look good. That does not look good.
Young, their leading scorer, star player, 18 points per game. CBS Sports coverage of NCAA men's basketball continues after this message and a word from your local station.
We've been taking the Cadillac ATS all over the world and testing in different environments. Have you seen this road we're going down? It's like Armageddon outside. This is an adventurer's dream, a driver's dream.
Now during season's best event, get zero due at signing and the first payments on us on this all-new ATS.
Lisa targets her biggest threat.
She's dangerous going forward.
New Survivor, CBS Wednesday.
Wow.
Expecting a little more? Then come celebrate the Hyundai Holiday Sales Event with the stylish Elantra. Or get $1,500 holiday bonus cash on every new Sonata with no payments until March 2013.
Wow.
And now, during Hyundai Holidays, lease a 2013 Elantra for just $179 a month. But only at your Metro Detroit Hyundai dealers.
This is John, motivated, productive, efficient. And this is John with forecast fatigue, a condition which leaves him sleepy, distracted, irritable, and with a bit of a sweet tooth. Don't wait. Get your weather at 11 p.m. on First Forecast with Jim Mattis, because only you can prevent forecast fatigue.
This is the time of year to say thanks.
And for giving.
So, during the Subaru Share the Love event, Hodges will donate $250 to the charity of your choice.
And we're going to give you $250 more for your trade.
When you lease a new Subaru Forester for only $229 a month.
Come share the love at Hodges Subaru.
Metro Detroit's Subaru only dealer. Those in the know choose Hodges Subaru.
We're sharing the love.
Michigan Matters, Sunday at 11:30 on CBS 62.
Glenn! 44 switch. Everywhere, 44. Go get him, go get him, go get him! Watch the attack, the quick pressure, right? Nick! Come a little earlier when we're on green. Come a little earlier, you're too late.
John Beeline, Mike for sound today. B.J. Young still being worked on on the Arkansas sideline. Here was what happened towards the end of that last sequence, Clark, as we take a look.
Well, he's defending the ball here, so just try to keep an eye on him, folks, as he goes in. And I think he comes into contact with McGarry. Nothing there that I can see. He came down awkwardly, bumped into his own man. That's Madden. And then he banged into McGarry as he was working himself out of there. He was grabbing his left hamstring as he left the court, and he's trying to walk it off. It looks to me like it's more than a cramp, though. It may be some type of strain. But he's trying to work himself back into a position where he can return to the game, and I hope that is exactly what happened.
Well, this has been a big concern for Mike Anderson. When Powell or Young go to the bench, who generates the offense? Arkansas down 7 as we come up on 15 minutes left. Here's Powell, 15 points on the day. And a rebound pulled by Morgan.
You don't want to commit a foul back here. Get back and set your defense if you're Arkansas. Michigan, on the other hand, wants to play through Burke.
Michigan 1 of 9 shooting since halftime. They've seen their lead cut to 7.
And that's been one of the issues with Michigan in a few of its games, building a double-digit lead and then not being able to extend it.
Nice play by Burke to keep it alive, and then Morgan coughs it up. Wade up the floor to Madden.
Well, where's he going there? You wanted to keep the floor spread. Madden just congested things. He can make that.
Mickelson too strong. And now a run out for Burke. Mickelson trying to spin back, and he blocks him out of bounds.
What a play by Mickelson. Playing with 3 fouls and never gave up on it. Burke got ahead of him, but Mickelson, being so much taller, was able to get behind and cleanly block it. Incidental contact after the fact. And I know the Michigan Wolverine fans don't like it, but I like that call. He got the ball first.
There's a bang on the steal. Blocked underneath and out of bounds by McGarry. Arkansas with 30 to shoot. B.J. Young still trying to get that leg loose on the sideline.
Madden trying to get to the rim, and clearly no goaltend there. That ball was still very much on its way up.
So a 7-point deficit for the Hogs. As we hit 14 minutes left. This is Ricky Scott. High glass. It's a 5-point game.
Tough shot. But I think the defensive intensity improving and the defensive effectiveness improving for Arkansas has given this team a swag and a confidence that it lacked for most of that first half.
Scott, the junior out of Irving, Texas, came in averaging only 4. Has 5 points off the bench. Park on the crossover. Morgan had it. Park out of bounds, out of his hands by Madden. Wade on a deep 3, sticks it for Arkansas. And here come the Hogs now, cutting it to 2. Mike Anderson's club looking for its first signature road win. Burke answers. Thought he was fouled in the play. He's got 8 points.
Got to get back, though. And he does. Tough drive. A good finish here.
Nicholson overplayed. Hard finish. And Arkansas playing with confidence now with 12 and change remaining.
The execution has really been enhanced. Arkansas doing a nice job at the defensive end, forcing turnovers, applying pressure. Michigan now has to make sure they run their stuff. Trey Burke is capable of going one-on-one, but they've got to do it in the flow of everybody touching it and moving the defense more effectively.
This is Morgan, shot clock at 6. Morgan going glass, and it's cleared by Madden. Dangerous pass to Wade.
You know what else has happened, Spiro? No second shot opportunities for Michigan so far this half. Certainly not to the degree that they got them in half 1.
Scott coughs it up. Arkansas has outscored him 13-5 since halftime. And This is a brand new game in Ann Arbor. Parker patented driving kick to Hardaway. 11 points for Hardaway. It's a 5-point Michigan lead. Powell, contact, offensive foul. Mike Anderson's club making it interesting. It's a 5-point game in Ann Arbor.
This December, remember, you can stay in and like something. Or you can get out there with your family and actually like something. The Lexus December to Remember sales event is on, offering some of our best values of the year. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Sales are at an all-time low, but kissing is at an all-time high. I want answers.
Oh, right. K. It's true. Every kiss does begin with K. Introducing Shades of Wonder, featuring rare natural color diamonds from Australia. At K, the #1 jewelry store in America.
Oh, right.
Every kiss begins with K.
Who thinks 2 is better than 1? So all of you do.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Now what's better, being able to shoot 2 lasers out of both your eyes at the same time, or just 1 laser out of 1 eye?
2.
Okay, why?
It's just fun. 1 beam, okay, it does a little bit of damage.
Right.
2 beams, it'll make something explode.
And that's more fun? And,
Yeah.
And it's more powerful, you're saying?
Yeah.
It's not complicated. Doing 2 things at once is better. And only AT&T's network lets you talk and surf on your iPhone 5.
You're on the list.
I'd like to meet the owner of this awesome and totally cool cupcake shop. Oh, never mind, that's me.
For the biggest party on Monday night.
The invited guests were all supposed to be business contacts. For the record, these guys have all had contact with my business.
2 Broke Girls, new back-to-back episodes, CBS Monday.
CBS Sports College basketball coverage is sponsored by Toyota Care, caring for you and your car. K Jewelers, the #1 jewelry store in America. Every kiss begins with K. And by Walmart, we're so confident in our low prices, we guarantee them. Well, Michigan had a 10-point lead at halftime, but the Hogs have outscored them since 13-8 to cut it to 5. Tomorrow on CBS, don't miss a heart-stopping final challenge on the Amazing Race season finale tomorrow, only CBS. Spiro Thetis, Clark Kellogg, our entire CBS crew from the Chrysler Center here in Ann Arbor. There's B.J. Young, the leading scorer for the Hogs, their star player, back in after taking a knee to the back of his left leg. Clark looks like he's okay. Boy, nice to be young. He can bounce back from those injuries.
You've got that right. I thought he may have strained his hamstring, but I think your assessment of it is more accurate. Perhaps a knee to the back of that thigh, and he was able to rub it out and see if it affects his speed and his bounce. Got a little hitch in his giddy up.
How impressed have you been with what the Hogs have done here? You know, a game that looked to be kind of going into Michigan's favor, but here they are now.
Well, they adjusted nicely coming out of the halftime locker room, addressing the areas that they knew they needed to. Defensive intensity and pressure, defensive rebounding, and better half-court execution.
Boy, Nick Stauskas, they said he was a long-range shooter, but he is showing the arsenal, creating off the dribble.
He's a terrific offensive player still. Anybody who's watched him multiple games knows he's more than a three-point shooter.
They list Stauskas at 6'6". They said he's grown 8 inches over the last 2 years.
A couple of big baskets back-to-back by Michigan. That 3 by Hardaway, and then the drive. Radar
has 4 threes today. He had 2 the entire season coming in. John Beilein, as we listen in on his halftime speech to his team, they didn't even have him on their scouting report. But the junior making a name for himself on the national stage. Stauskas thought he was fouled. Young got a piece of it. So Arkansas down 4. Nicholson on the block against McGarry. Right-handed hook shot. And here comes Arkansas again in a 2-point game. Whistle blown against Arkansas. Mike Anderson can't believe it.
We take a look, ground level. Nick Stauskas showing you his ability to create off the dribble. And then they didn't find number 2 or 20 it is. Radar Hadar. Kiko knocking down the 3, and then Mickelson, Hunter Mickelson, doing a nice job with his balance and footwork there for the jump hook. And Arkansas putting some real heat on the Wolverines here at the Chrysler Center.
Kiko Hadar, a guy they listed 5'10". That may be generous. What a fade by going Blacks. 10 points for the All-American playmaker.
And this is where Burt, Hardaway Jr., Stauskas, all very capable and not afraid of the big moment.
Scott, got it!
Mike Anderson told me he thought his team was a much better shooting team than it had showed to this point. I mean, Wade is a 47% shooter from 3 a year ago. B.J. Young is 41% from 3. Both of those guys hovering in the 30s this year. But so far here today, particularly in the second half, they've shot it well.
Offensive rebound by Morgan. And it cleans it up. Here comes Scott. Full-headed steam. Left-handed finish.
I'll come at you quick. John Beilein worked all day in practice yesterday at getting back in transition in 4 seconds because that's how quick the Hogs get to you.
Burke trying to beat him back. Stauskas wide open. One of the deadliest shooters in America. Extends Michigan's lead to 4. Hadar inside.
Too close.
Contact and a foul.
He's knocked down all of his triples and had a point-blank look at a layup and just overshot it. He was a little bit off balance on the catch and cut. Kind of overran the hoop and lost track of where he was.
That was too close for Hadar. He likes the 3 a little better as Cody Clark is whistled for his 3rd. There's Hadar. Both his parents professors of Middle Eastern Studies at Arkansas. Hadar on the Bowdoin Hammer Scholarship, highest academic scholarship an Arkansas student athlete can receive. He's got a GPA of 3.9. And what an impact he has had on this game. Out of obscurity, the junior coming out of nowhere today. We've got a 4-point game.
Michigan has been able to answer every surge by Arkansas with shot making of its own. And that's been impressive. They've gotten it from Stauskas and Hardaway Jr. and Burke and George Morgan inside. A number of guys that can get it done for Michigan offensively. A double-double already for George Morgan. 12 points, 10 boards, 6 of those boards offensive.
Stauskas. Well, the Michigan players say every time he shoots, they expect him to go in. A rare miss. But Michigan will retain when we come back.
LaShawn's got a Christmas list. She's looking for a fidget at Toys R Us. Let's see if we can get the same item at Walmart for less.
Okay.
Fidget Friends, $15 on rollback.
Wow.
That's a savings of over $29.
29 bucks?
And they're powered by friendship. See for yourself if you could save on the brands you want. Walmart.
All right, family photo.
Charlie, stop punching your brother. Sarah, stop texting and look at your dad.
I can do 2 things at once.
Okay, well, just look at your dad so you can get this shot.
Be a ninja.
Got it.
What?
Yeah, I got it. Come here.
Nobody move, especially you, Charlie. How'd you do that?
Automagically. Let's eat.
Combine pictures with Best Face on the new Samsung Note 2. For a limited time, get 2 flip covers for the price of 1, exclusively at Verizon.
This is the Arctic. Join Coca-Cola and World Wildlife Fund
to help protect it. So the polar bear always has a place to call home. To donate and join our effort to help protect the polar bear, look for special edition Coke packages or visit arctichome.com.
Okay, so what kind of car should I get? Definitely something with 4 doors. New or used? Used. It's gotta be black.
Now compare new and used cars and even special offers side by side.
Now that's a good deal.
So when you find the right car,
that's the one.
There won't be any doubt in your mind. Autotrader.com, the ultimate automotive marketplace.
You do a lot to keep your family safe at home. So make sure they're safer on the road. See farther, wider, better. Upgrade to Silver Star Ultra headlights from Sylvania.
Oh, it's a surprise. Get wider. Hey, Rochester. Rochester. Use a dribble, Timmy. Catch it. Get both hands up. You'll be back.
John Beeline wired for Sanders. We welcome you back inside the Chrysler Center 4-point game, 59-55 as we take a look at our game summary. This was a 10-point game at halftime, but Mike Anderson's club, young, inexperienced, looking for a big road win, making this game awfully interesting. Spiro Ditas and Clark Kellogg with you. This by far Arkansas's best game considering the environment that they're having to deal with.
No question about it, and you saw that they've made 9 of 15 from behind the arc. That's on the heels of a 9 for 22 shooting night from behind the arc against Oklahoma. So this team's starting to find its rhythm shooting the basketball, which is huge because when you're a pressing team, when you're trying to increase tempo and pace, you need shot making to help ignite that because it allows you to get into your pressure. The one thing they haven't been able to do is get themselves to the free throw line. But so far they've been able to overcome that disadvantage by virtue of the three-point shot makes and the better defense here in the second half.
They averaged 27 free throws on the season, yet to take one today. Hardaway short. Tipped by Robinson though. Knocked around, and here comes B.J. Young.
He's tough in the open court.
Sidestep Stauskas, who got a piece of it just enough. And Michigan handles.
Never had control of the pumpkin there, though. The Euro step was nice, but the ball was sloppy.
This is Spike Aldrich dialing up the three. First 3 points of the day for the freshman out of Crown Point, Indiana. Knocked out of bounds. Still 30 seconds to shoot.
Nice job here by Horford to get back, position himself nicely, and get up and block that attempt by Mickelson. Well done by John Horford. And I love the way Michigan responds offensively. From every position, guys play with tremendous freedom and confidence, even though they're being tested here by the Hawks.
Mickelson stuffed by Horford. And Kiko Hadar once again Johnny on the spot.
No shot clock reset here.
Marquez Wade wild bank. And Horford fouled on the interior by Arkansas. Thursday on CBS, what's the #1 news show on television? It's Elementary. Catch a new episode Thursday, only CBS. Timeout situation, 3 for Michigan, 4 for Arkansas. 6-point lead for the Wolverines with under 7 left. Look at the team foul situation. Michigan left yet to be whistled.
Yeah. That's huge, Spiro, because you know with Burke's ability to penetrate, the way Michigan can space shoot and drive it a little bit, Arkansas will be hard-pressed not to commit another foul over the next 6 minutes.
Burke showing you the handle. Shot clock down to 4.
Great
Stauskas, they put the handcuffs on him that time.
They sure did. They did it without fouling.
Whistle and a foul. That lightning quick first step by Young to get to the rack.
John Horford doing a nice job in his role coming off the bench to spell Jordan Morgan. Good work defensively to deny 2 shot attempts by Nicholson. And when you're coming off the bench, you just want to make a contribution in your areas of strength. He knows he's out there to rebound and play solid defense and give the starter a little rest. Nice job here, hedging the screen, getting back to his man. Those are all little things that impact winning.
Dangerous lob pass. Oops. And a nice catch by Crawford. Crawford fouling Clark. And free throws for Arkansas. Monday on CBS, the 5-0 team was caught up in the jungle on an all-new Hawaii 5-0. Monday, only CBS. And for Arkansas, their first free throws of the game. Down 7.
I've really been impressed with the poise Arkansas has played with most of this second half, Spiro. Defensively, they've really been solid. Challenging shots, cleaning up misses with defensive rebounds. Offensively, they've attacked in the half court. And for the most part, they've gotten good shots almost every trip.
Cody Clark, first-year player for Arkansas, the JUCO transfer. Look at Albrecht breaking down the defense. Another added ball handler. Another prep school find for John Beilein.
You have to be in attack mode against the pressing team. And that time Michigan was. And you made a great point, Spiro, having the additional ball handler out there. You basically have 2 point guards on the floor in Albrecht and Burke.
That's a blocking foul against Hadar.
I talk about being in attack mode against the press. You see the full court pressure. Nice pass back to Hardaway, then the quick push ahead. And now you got all kind of space here as defenders are not quite back and settled. A good job by Glenn Robinson III to move in front of B.J. Young, so he was in position to receive that pass for the layup.
When we talk about all the extra ball handlers that they have, Albrecht, John Beilein told us, is the kind of kid that everyone wants to play with on the pickup floor. Just gets everyone involved, and you look at the turnovers, haven't turned it over now in about almost 10 minutes. As Arkansas desperately tries to hang close. There's Albrecht. He's got the kind of smarts you'd expect from a kid from Indiana in terms of basketball.
And he's going to take a seat, but did his job nicely in reserve. Really solid. And it's nice that John Beilein has the confidence and the wherewithal to play 3-4 guys off his bench and get quality production from all of them.
Another dangerous stretch here for Arkansas. Michigan on a 10-2 run to get it to 9. This is Wade spinning and banking it home. High off glass.
That's it by Mardrakus Wade. I'll tell you what, Mike Anderson is seeing the competitive spirit from his team that he sensed they had, but you never know until it's tested and forced to come out. So the fight is there. Now it's about execution. Michigan has counterpunched every time the Hogs have tried to throw a haymaker.
Hardaway too strong. Rebound by Mickelson. Arkansas down 7.
Like that early post-up. Powell. To get a better one than that. Fading away. He caught it at 6 feet from the goal and then took a shot that was 8 or 9 feet away.
Marshawn Powell 7 of 16, shooting 15 points to lead the Hogs.
That's 7 of those in the first 3 minutes.
Burke probing the defense. Shot clock at 8.
He can pull it from here.
So an air ball by Burke. And now they say a foul against Arkansas. Stay with us.
Hey, where you been? Took my car again, huh?
Yes? Yes, I did.
270 horsepower, plenty of torque. Yeah, it's a blast. Regal GS from Buick.
Hey. Who's that?
Oh, that's Rob.
When I lived in this apartment, the 49ers won the Super Bowl. I used to watch every game from this exact spot. This exact spot. I didn't know what else to do. This is my lucky seat, man. The team needs me, man.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
Hey, you guys like Call of Duty? Yup. You guys ever seen Call of Duty in 3D?
Whoa! You're fighting freaking future robots! You're all up in it! It's all up in you! In 3D, the deeps are deeper, and the explosions are out! Explosion here!
You know what they say, right, boys? Once you go 3D...
Yeah, you get it.
Call of Duty in 3D on a whole new level with LG.
Excuse me, Maestro. Bring it down, please. Better. That's what happens to background noise when you're making a call on this. This microphone here picks up the sounds around you and helps turn them down. So when the world gets noisy, calls sound better.
Pride, passion, and honor. The great tradition continues. The 113th Army-Navy game, today on CBS.
Time now to take a look at our AT&T Fast Analysis.
Well, we talked about Trey Burke and how he runs things so effectively for Michigan. He can get other people's shots, but he also knows when to step on the gas pedal for himself. Half of his 10 points here in the second half. And as we go down the last 4 minutes, expect the ball to be in his hands an awful lot. He's also got 6 assists to go with his 10 points.
John Beeline wearing a microphone for us today, wired for sound.
Shooter! Shooter! Screen him! Go get him! Good job. 1 minute. 1 minute. No. Wall. Not this way. Wall. Right.
Oh, life's good for John Beeline. Here he is holding his 1-month-old grandson, little Johnny. Second grandson. He's got a 20-month-old granddaughter. And now leading the third-ranked team in the country here in Ann Arbor. Marshawn Powell before that timeout picking up his 4th personal, and really no choice at this point but to keep him in. Just 3:52 to play, down 7.
Well, Trey Burke fighting the shot clock here. Powell defending him, and it's deemed that the air ball was caused because Powell got a piece of his elbow. Doesn't take much to throw off a shooter. The official right on top of it.
So Trey Burke, the All-American sophomore point guard. 77% free throw shooter. See what he's done today, those 2 turnovers. Not having to score like he did last year with all the talent around him.
Well, those are the only turnovers he's had in the last 3 home games. He had gone a bagel in turnovers the last 2 times that Michigan had played here. So that's amazing. And over the last 3 games, Trey Burke, that's 23 assists and only a couple of turnovers. So it's like almost a 12-to-2 turnover ratio, just video game like.
Leading the Big Ten in assists, 3rd in the country. Is B.J. Young.
Well, that's his shot, too. He slashed in there and just wasn't able to get it up and down. This is where it's so valuable to have a quarterback on the floor, a coach on the floor, if you will, as John Beeline referred to Trey Burke at the end of the first half. Confident in what he can get you offensively, either for himself or his team in terms of shots.
Burke tend to shoot with a shuffle pass for Robinson. It's an 11-point game. 14 for Glenn Robinson. This is Mickelson, 13 to shoot. Tough fadeaway, soft touch. 9-point game.
I tell you what, that young fella is pretty impressive. Battles, competes, got into foul trouble in the first half. Has a nice touch.
You see the timeout situation. Arkansas with 4. Stauskas and a putback to extend Michigan's lead. B.J. Young, their leading scorer, just hasn't had it today. Lost the handle out of bounds, and it belongs to the Wolverines.
That's a good point, Spiro. He forced the issue there. You can see a little frustration on the young man's face. Time getting short, and Michigan just continues to stay even keeled. Even though they got flustered a little bit as Arkansas made a couple of significant runs at them, they've always been able to respond back. I think we got a foul here on Stauskas, perhaps.
Michigan foul, number 3, Draper.
It's on Burke.
That's his second.
That's his second.
There's been some subtle jaw-jacking going on, Spiro. I've had the isolated cam on Burke a couple of times. I know he's mouthed discreetly as a former player. I can pick some of that up. A little frustration mounting, and the officials on top of that extra physical contact there.
They say that McGarry touched it last. Arkansas trailed by 10 at halftime if you've just joined us. Able to cut it down to single digits. And Michigan has answered with a 16-6 run.
Arkansas had it to 2 at one point. And excellent execution and shot making from Michigan. Pushed it back out to double digits.
Well, Powell never saw Hardaway in the open floor. Haydar the foul. And it nearly went for Tim Hardaway. He'll shoot 2. No CBS Sports roll to the Final Four continues next Saturday as Cody Zeller, the top-ranked Indiana Hoosiers, tangle with the Butler Bulldogs. That's next Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern, right here, the home of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, CBS Sports. And we will be in Indianapolis for that game. A couple of big wins for Butler early in the year. Indiana, of course, #1 in the country.
Yeah, that'll be hard fought. Indiana, clearly a national championship caliber team. Player of the Year candidate Cody Zeller, an outstanding freshman, and Yogi Ferrell, point guard.
Does Arkansas have one more push? Mickelson, much bigger factor in the second half. Barely played over the first 20 minutes, was in foul trouble. And still got 4 timeouts here with a minute 25 remaining.
Wanted to make a stand here and then perhaps try to milk those timeouts afterwards. It would have been, I think, a good move to maybe call one after that basket. And instead, Michigan patiently probing and attacking against that scrambling defense of Arkansas. Good job here by Hardaway Jr. Under control, head up, bullet pass, and Glenn Robinson III. Excellent finisher. But the thing I like about this team, they pass it so well, and multiple playmakers, Spiro. You've got guys that can make those kinds of passes off the dribble, along with knockdown three-point shots on the catch and shoot and off the dribble. You're a really difficult team to guard, especially when you're unselfish.
Critical turnover as Morgan jarred it loose from Mickelson. 10 turnover by Arkansas. A minute remaining. Stauskas nearly coughed it up, still 13 to shoot. Burke on a tough floater, and that'll put this game on ice. The steal. And the exclamation point.
And he'll be teed up because of the overzealous hanging on the rim, but he's made his presence felt here in the second half, and the student body and fans don't like it, but clearly the right call there.
Oh, he's a feisty kid.
Oh, yeah, very competitive. Tremendous competitive spirit. Let's take a look at it. He's going to come in, do a nice job pilfering that pumpkin there. Nobody really in. And no reason to put the feet up. There's nobody around him.
Way to get his work out of this morning.
Yeah, right.
A little pull-up.
That's an easy call for the officials there.
Hadar on the free throw tomorrow. Regional action. The NFL on CBS. So much to look forward to. San Diego and Pittsburgh. It all begins with the NFL Today presented by Southwest Airlines. Kiko Hadar, 1 of 2. Well, the final score will not indicate the kind of fight that Arkansas showed Clark in the second half.
Agreed. Agreed, Spiro. And Mike Anderson and his coaching staff saw some positive things from this young developing team. So too did John Beeline. Knew his team would be tested and pushed, but they were more than up to the challenge. Getting contributions from everybody that played for Michigan, I thought, made a positive contribution in this ballgame.
Michigan looking for a 9th straight win to start their season. You know what happened the last time they started 9. That's a pretty good year for them. So 13-point game, Arkansas not going quietly. Stay with us on CBS.
Okay, guys, this kick is for the win. Labels out.
Here we go.
Wait, what? Our proximity to the field creates a parallel connection between the bottle and the ball.
The outward-facing label simulates a smoother contact surface for the kicker.
It's like magic, only real. Really?
Yeah.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
Tomorrow, the CBS Sports Spectacular. Superstars from television and movies pair themselves with former Olympians to create a unique and fun weekend of skiing and entertainment for a great cause. It's all at the Deer Valley Ski Fest. Better than 12,000 here at the Chrysler Center. The student body started the party as we take a look at your game reset. 3 timeouts aside, 13-point lead for Michigan, but just 19.1 remaining.
We talked about what happened the last time the Wolverines started 9-0. I think they culminated that year with the national championship, didn't they?
I think you're right. I saw Lloyd Carr in your picture there, a guy who knows about national championships.
He sure does.
Leading Michigan football to the 1997 title. And they are excited about this basketball team in Ann Arbor.
As well they should be. 5 guys in double digits, contribution from the bench. And at the end of the day, it came down to Michigan's playmaking from multiple positions to push Arkansas away.
Michigan basketball off to its best start in 24 years as they go to 9-0. 13-point win. We're coming back on CBS.
Red Lobster's Crab Fest ends soon. Hurry in and try 5 succulent entrees, like our tender snow crab paired with savory garlic shrimp, just $12.99. Come into Red Lobster and see food differently. And introducing 7 lunch choices for just $7.99, salads, sandwiches, and more.
LaShawn's got a Christmas list. She's looking for a fidget at Toys R Us. Let's see if we can get the same item at Walmart for less.
Okay.
Fidget Friends, $15 on rollback.
Wow.
That's a savings of over $29.
$29?
And they're powered by friendship. See for yourself if you could save on the brands you want. Walmart.
This December, remember, what starts with adding a friend could end with adding a close friend. The Lexus December to Remember sales event is on, offering some of our best values of the year. This is the pursuit of perfection.
What's better, faster or slower?
Faster!
Okay, what's fast?
My mom's car and a cheetah.
Okay.
A spaceship.
Spaceship. And what's slow?
My grandma's slow.
Would you like her better if she was fast?
I bet she would like it if she was fast.
Maybe give her some turbo boosters.
Tape a cheater to her back.
tape a cheetah to her back. Seems like you've thought about this before.
It's not complicated. Faster is better. An iPhone 5 downloads fastest on AT&T 4G.
This is Dr. Locke Johnson. He's an expert on national security and intelligence. He's a scholar, author, an honored teacher. For his work at the University of Georgia, he was named the SEC's Professor of the Year. The SEC actively supports the university mission through its SECU program, which highlights collaboration in scholarship and research.
SECU, the academic initiative of the Southeastern Conference.
In Vegas, the brighter the lights, the darker the crimes.
If we're dealing with a crazy, it's going to be a tough nut to crack.
New Vegas, CBS Tuesday.
The Michigan Wolverines, the third-ranked team in the country, go to 9-0 as they win it 80-67. Clark Kellogg standing by with our two special guests.
Thank you, Spiro. Coach Beeline, first of all, congratulations on your 100th win here as the head coach at the University of Michigan. Got to be really proud of what you saw from your team today.
I'm really proud of it. You know, Michigan's been very good to Kathleen and our whole family, and these guys are really playing high-level basketball right now, and I was really impressed with Arkansas.
You knew coming in it would be a tough game. What turned it for you guys, in your opinion?
Well, you knew they're going to make you counter all day long, and so how freshmen handled the counters, how a sophomore guard did that.